I'm gonna take a breath and kind of give you my version of the COVID-19 virus. Along with my partner in crime, Jennifer. She is on day 2 and I am on day 4. I'm going to try to explain to you my symptoms the best that I can, due to the fact that I am very cloudy and foggy on everything, like they have explained in the past with other people's symptoms and issues with COVID-19. I do have music on, so it helps clear my mind because I can't think. I like to freestyle, so I'm just gonna freestyle this video for you guys because we should have been documenting this from day 1. It has been very difficult to deal with, and I want others to get help from this video in hopes that it will help reduce your symptoms and help relieve your anxiety, if it will. Some things just don't help because you have to let it run its course. So day 1 was on November 28th, Sunday of 2021, and that was 2 days after Thanksgiving. I started having body aches, and I started feeling like a flu-like symptoms. I wasn't running a fever, but I was really starting to get sore and feeling all my nerves and my joints and ligaments just going to shit. Sorry about my language, but I'm very angry with the virus, and I'm very angry with how we caught it and how it's being spread around the world globally, and how even myself is ignorant and not being cautious more. I guess most people are confused and are not sure of what really is going on with COVID-19 and what it really entitles and if it's real. Well, from what I am now experiencing and been diagnosed with is COVID-19. It is real, and I'm going to give you my issues with it and what it's doing to affect my body and my today. So since the 28th, I started with body aches, to the point where I was having an unbearable time getting comfortable. I didn't want to lay down. It was hard. It was getting me agitated. So Jen, she massaged me and tried to make me more comfortable, and I figured that would help. And to be totally honest with you, it didn't at all. And I woke up the next morning with a fever that she noticed, and it was starting at 98.8 degrees. Not just 98 degrees like the music band. I was a little better than that. I then knew I had a flu, so I tried to sleep it off, and I realized that throughout that night I was having a hard time sleeping, so I figured I was just tired, and I had a feeling that it was more than just a flu, because I've had flus many times in my life. I had a feeling it was something different because of the way it was affecting every area of my body, even my respiratory, in a different way. Like, I had pneumonia when I was younger. It kind of gave me the same compression in my chest and in my lungs, so my back was suffering from severe swollen lungs, I would say. That's the way to describe it. My lungs were so swollen that it was hurting my back, from my mid-back all the way down to my ankles. My eyes and my head were severely affected by it. I had pain like I do right now behind my eyes, and I have a severe headache. And it'll go away with medicine, but it'll wave its way back in. So this is the 4th day. I guess I'm going all over the place. And I can explain that from the first day into the second day, it was the most intense. I could not sleep. It would hit me hardest at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and it would last all the way until 8 in the morning. I would then be able to get comfortable after medicating myself severely. NyQuil helped a lot in this one. Tylenol and acetaminophen.
And you're not vaccinated.
And yeah, I'm not vaccinated. We'll get into that. I'm not vaccinated. So if I had to shorten this video, I would redo it, but I'm not going to now. I wanted to explain my symptoms in the 4 days. So the first one, too, it was a flu-like symptom. It started just with pain in the body, behind the eyes, the headache, the chest getting to be more constricted, and the back muscles spasming and locking up. I felt that at this point, I was just kind of crippled because I didn't want to move. I wasn't comfortable moving, and when I got up, I felt like I was just more along the lines of sick, right?
Just
They
joints.
joints. I don't know. Well, I don't have the vaccine, and Jennifer does. So she's 2 days in. I know she doesn't want to see herself
No.
on the video, but I'm just
Thank
gonna
you, dear.
show her face because we should have hidden them. I'm in bed, of course, and I've been totally off. I've been off work for a total of 6 days. So that's how bad it is. I felt it coming on the first 2 days. It was just like weak. I felt like I was fatigued. I thought maybe I ate too much during Thanksgiving. So that could have been a possibility, I thought, or it still could be. But when it hit me on Sunday, it showed me that there was something going on in my body internally that was shutting me down and preparing me for something that I wasn't sure of. I should have been more sure of the whole time.
Yeah. When you got the fever, I knew something was wrong.
So now I'm at my 4th day in, and on the 3rd day, let me tell you, I thought I had a break. I had an hour and a half to 2 hour wave where I started cleaning my house again. I started feeling like I was back to getting back to my normal self, and it was at 9 o'clock at night it started. And I was feeling like an overwhelmingness of joy because of how much I suffered for the last 2 days that I was relieved that COVID was already passing through me and it wasn't going to affect me anymore. Well, I was wrong. And that same morning, that next morning, excuse me, actually it was 12 o'clock at night, so early. That morning it started to affect me again. I went to bed with cold shakes, freezing, I couldn't keep temperature. She had to warm me up and keep me warm. And then finally when I got temperatured, I was okay and comfortable. It's enough to where I could fall asleep. Well, that was great until I woke back up at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, where I could not sleep, tossing and turning from every angle you could possibly think of to try to get comfortable. The pressure was strong in my back. My chest was very tight. My breaths were very short. My thought process was gone. I had no focus. I didn't know what to do with myself. I couldn't gain any kind of consciousness to figure out what I could do to get myself to get comfortable. I went for a walk around the house. I went and got some water. I did anything I possibly could. Prayed, and like I said, I suffered all the way until 8 o'clock in the morning again. Second day, the third day, the second day, cloudy, like I said, guys. And I'll redo this video again, I'm sure, but I'll use clips of this video to try to just to keep consciousness from what I'm going through right now because I'm kind of confused what I need to do. I'm high. I was high yesterday, and I was high the day before. Jen has experienced the same thing for the last 3 days. 2 days, she's only been sick, I'm sorry, on COVID 2 days. She's been high. When I say high, we're not on medications high. We're high from the flu. We're high from the virus.
It makes you feel disassociated with your body. It makes you feel confused. You feel neurologically, it's really messed up in your head. Like, you don't feel right. And that's the weirdest part for me. I don't have a fever. I have sinus. I don't have a cough. But I feel really off neurologically. Like he was saying, my head's just not right. It doesn't feel right. I feel time is all discombobulated. Like, it's weird. Can't describe it. Like nothing I ever felt before.
So people, when you get the virus, it's gonna hit you at an extent where you can't figure out what to do. You don't know if you want to go turn yourself into a hospital to get admitted. You don't. You don't know if you want to over-medicate yourself. You probably don't. You want to be able to just run it and let it run its course on your body. You're going to have to suffer. You're going to have to keep conscious doing the process because I would hate to see somebody who can't breathe not be able to be comprehensive. So don't be taking too much NyQuil, DayQuil, and things that will get you sleepy. You'd want that, you would think, but I would say it's probably not for the best. This one, you're just not going to sleep off. I've tried, buddy, and there is no sleeping this off. The problem is if you oversleep, when you can't sleep, you're going to be even more frustrated and more out of focus from oversleeping that when you can't sleep, you wish you could pass out. You can't. So you're gonna have to level it out. You're gonna have to balance it out so that way you can get rest and you can still cope. You can still cope. Well, eating and keeping hydrated is two very crucial, which I was having a hard time with and still having a hard time with. Even if you don't feel hungry, you have to learn, you have to eat. This isn't a flu that you can't feed. You can feed this flu. You're going to want to keep your strength because your body is going to have a weakness now that is affecting all your organs and vitals from functioning. And without food and proper nutrition, I don't think you're going to do very well fighting this off. And water itself is going to be, sustainable to keep you at bay, keep you level, but you're going to need food to keep your strength. Water's not going to be enough. And I was having a hard time eating. I would buy, countless amounts of food, and I would eat nothing. So I was just trying to feed myself because I know I wasn't eating.
And that's what's weird is because you're not hungry, but I'm hungry. I'm like starving all the time.
I guess we're going to get into a compare and contrast video.
That would be a good idea.
Between her symptoms and my symptoms. I'm just kind of explaining this on a live. It's just more like a journal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in bed and I can't get up right now because my head is this cloudy to the point where I have to lay down. I want to sleep but I can't because I'm not tired, but I feel like I'm overly tired. I wish I could pass out, but I can't. So I'm going to have to just deal with this one until I can pass out. And that's why I'm in bed. It is probably 12:30 in the afternoon on Thursday, so I got so many things I want to say, but I want to start with saying keep contact with people that can help you if you're sick, because you might need that. You don't want to go out. You don't want to go into the public, even if you wear masks and gloves. You do not want people to contract this from you. You will feel forever guilty. There's going to be many things you're going to want to get. There's going to be many things that you're going to need. But if you do not find yourself staying home, you're going to affect somebody and they're going to die. You don't realize that until you realize how sick you are and how much sicker they're going to be. Compared to you, if they're not as healthy, if they're not as, able-bodied to handle it. Either way, I'm just going to try to shorten this one up. Give yourself lots of water, food, not sympathy.
Give yourself
people. You need conversation. You need to talk to people. You need to be able to let it out. Open up, explain your situation, help inform others of that. Help inform others of the potential issues that are underlying with COVID-19 if they catch it. This will help prepare them. Mine seem very mild and weak right now. I'm gonna have to cut this video short, guys. I'm sorry.